not so fast. Today I'm going to help you strip it down to the bare minimum and show you the most essential things that you can put into a great home gym. So what's the first thing we need? Let's start over here at the Smith machine. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go get a Smith machine, but what I want you to do is look at what's underneath the Smith machine, and that here is this little old bench, the one with the rip in it and everything. Why? Because this is a bench that I've had since I was 13 years old. This is a Marcy bench. For you guys that are in my age bracket, you're going to recognize that name, that I got from Sears as a 13-year-old kid, and I actually have since had to strip the arms that used to go over here or over here, up here, you know, where the bar used to rest on. If you can imagine having to fit in between here, you can see that I've outgrown this bench, but I haven't outgrown a need for it, and neither have you. If you can get one of these, you can probably find them in a tag sale somewhere, because guys are throwing this stuff out all the time because they're not using it anymore. This is so light and easy for me to move around, and it fits everything I need for when I need a bench to lay on or sit on and do any of my exercises. Continuing on with our most essential things that you can have in a home gym to give yourself a great workout without needing a gym. You've seen these before, right? A pull-up bar, doorway pull-up bar. It doesn't matter what brand you get, guys. Just make one that's not going to fall apart on you, right? So what you want to do is put it in here into your doorway, hook it over the top like that, and now you've got all the ability to do pull-ups, chin-ups, anything that you need to do, right? Body weight exercises. As I said, you can go with a true bodyweight program like Zero, but when you want to work out at home and you have the access to some of this equipment, this would by far be one of my essential 4. Number 3, a piece of resistance tubing. Right? It doesn't matter, again, we have Athlean Elastex and Athlean X, but a piece of handled tubing is fine. You can get this really inexpensively. My one big tip for this, get on it with both feet about shoulder width apart. Put them up to shoulder level. You should be able to press these all the way fully up overhead, but with some good resistance. Okay, if it's good, adequate resistance there, it's going to be really good multi-purpose band for you to do a lot of the exercises. So why is this so good? Well, besides doing all the things I just talked about, curls, rows, you can actually just combine it with the last piece of equipment I showed you and hook over the top. Now you've just turned this regular pull-up bar into my elaborate high cable machine. Don't want to do something high? You could do it low by taking this thing down and hooking it around the leg of a bed, couch, whatever. Now you've got your low cable machine. So again, that elaborate piece of equipment replaced by this elaborate piece of equipment for a lot less money. Finally, the linchpin of any home exercise program. We want progression. You want progressive overload? Well, you're going to need dumbbells. So here I've got a set of regular dumbbells here, 15 pounders. Now, what some guys will do, especially if you're on a budget, guys, is go get a couple of these sets from a local sporting goods store. Now, you're going to want to make sure you kind of cover the gamut of your strength levels. You're certainly not going to be doing maybe bench pressing with the same weight that you would be curling with. So you want to have the representative weight, but we run into a problem. The problem is that you guys know, again, I'm big into overload. You want to give your muscles a reason to grow. The fact of the matter is, when you only have a couple weight selections, especially if they're spread out, it's hard to progress in smaller increments, and it's hard to overload because you're really stuck on one weight until you can accommodate the next weight. So you tend to get limited. So what do? You guys have seen them many, many times. You've called them toasters many, many, many times, but I want to explain why they're the best of the best. You guys know that I use these, they're called power blocks. I never even showed you what they are before, but power blocks are a set of adjustable dumbbells that basically go from 5 pounds to 95 pounds in this same small area. How? Just by moving the pin around. And you can see this gets a little stuck, but I deal with it because I've had these since 1993. As a high school senior, I went out and I bought these because I said, geez, I can get all the weights I'm ever going to need, hopefully to last a lifetime, which they have now, 20 years, and use them as the ultimate thing in my home gym. Well, guess what? I told you we'd be back, and I told you we'd be back better than before. I didn't lie. Athlean X has now partnered up with the original developers of these dumbbells from 20 years ago, Power Block, and have created now the Athlean blocks. Athlean blocks, same concept, guys. These are Again, replacing 5 to 95 pound dumbbells in 5 pound increments. That's a lot of pairs of dumbbells. And again, we tweaked the design. We made it slicker, cooler, better, easier, faster to change. Same concept, but enhanced. Here's the cool thing about these dumbbells. Not only do they take up, just remember how much space this is. These are 2 5 to 95 pound dumbbells. That's how much room that takes up. It can fit into any closet. Well, one of my athletes gave me one of the greatest gifts of all time. You guys started to see some of them a couple weeks ago. My dumbbells with my logo on it, the new cool big dumbbells. Well, guess what? He bought me a whole set of those. And there they are over there in all those boxes. Now that's 5 to 100 pounds of dumbbells here. The problem is I don't have this much space. This is up on 3. I'm going to have a rack of 2. Until I can get more space in here, unfortunately, these are going to have to sit in the boxes. These just aren't that practical for me. And by the way, the price tag on these, thank God I didn't have to pay for them, $14,000 for a set of 5 to 95 pound dumbbells. So I know that's not really that practical for a lot of my guys. So again, if you have access to a couple pairs of dumbbells in your budget, that's what it allows for, then do that. Get like a 20, 40, and 60 or so. But if you have the budget, guys, something like this, the Athlean blocks, are one of the 4 most essential things that you can have in a gym, because with that bench, with that pull-up bar, with your band, you've now got every single dumbbell you'll probably ever need. I know some of my guys on Team Athlean are going to be pushing more than 100 pounds, but you're going to have probably everything you're ever going to need right here in this small space for way less than what that would cost. Less than 1/10 of what that would cost. So, here's the thing, guys. If you're interested in the Athlean blocks, they are brand new. We have a limited number of sets of them. Again, they're custom made. So if you're interested, you can find them over at athleanx.com in our product menu. If you don't have the budget for it, guys, forget about that. Forget about all the equipment around me and remember the basics. With Athlean X, you can get in a great workout and we can bring the gym to your home. All right? Because we can tweak anything. And the fact of the matter is we even have bodyweight only programs. But whatever you have, you can make do. And as I said, there's a way out of everything. If you only have enough room and money for a couple pairs of dumbbells, spread them out. If you have a pair of these, your opportunities are pretty much unlimited. Guys, I hope this helped you out. Not only did you get a tour of the Athlean X gym here, but you got a sneak peek of what I feel is we can kind of cut through all the crap and get to the basics of what you need. If you found this helpful, let me know. Leave a comment down below. In the meantime, I got some other stuff up my sleeve, 2 videos a week, so we're coming back with something really, really cool for your core in the next video. Thanks, guys. You think you need all this stuff to get a great workout in at home? Not so fast. Today I'm going to help you strip it down to the bare minimum and show you the most essential things that you can put into a great home gym. So what's the first thing we need? Let's start over here at the Smith machine. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go get a Smith machine, but what I want you to do is look at what's underneath the Smith machine, and that here is this little old bench, the one with the rip in it and everything. Why? Because this is a bench that I've had since I was 13 years old. This is a Marcy bench. For you guys that are in my age bracket, you're going to recognize that name, that I got from Sears as a 13-year-old kid, and I actually have since had to strip the arms that used to go over